Hello, my name is Corrine and welcome to my channel. Today I'm sharing my adventures in Dooney Suede. It all started with the review by Mrs. Phoebe's Corner where she reviewed Dooney's barrel bag in ivy green suede, and it was a beautiful, great review. It started my obsession and I really wanted that suede in the honey color. I'm really partial to honey suede. My leather bags are, a lot of them are cognac, tan, British tan. I love that look. So I was determined to find that bag in the honey, however long it took. Okay. First of all, I'm a retired legal secretary, so I'm really good at researching and I have time on my hands, especially in the winter when I'm home. So I just did the Google search for Dooney Suede, and it came up on Dillard's, which I think we all know, but it was $378. And then QVC had it in various colors, but the honey was way sold out. And then I would watch QVC. They would load up, like every couple of days, they would load up a few bags, but it seemed like I always missed it. They would be sold out. They would be up again, even honey, but it'd be gone. So obviously it was a very popular bag and everybody wanted that bag, and I think a lot of them wanted in honey like me. So I continued to search for a suede bag because I thought, well, somebody else must have a suede bag. So I looked at almost all websites that, I would Google suede barrel bag. There's all kinds of them. But when I would read the reviews, it would be very poor, like, oh, I had it for 2 weeks and the strap broke, or the rivets popped out. And I'm like, what am I doing looking for something other than a Dooney? Dooney is quality. Even just look at the top handles, how they're made, the straps, the zippers, the hardware. It's quality. You know it's going to last. So I'm like, no, I gotta stick with Dooney Suede. So I kept Googling it, and one day, early in the morning, the website, had a whole load of suede bags on I Love Dooney. And I'm like, oh, these are nice. Maybe I could not get the barrel. Maybe I could try something else. And then at the very bottom, there was a barrel bag in honey. It's like, thank you, Lord. You heard my prayer. So it was only $159. I'm like, is this right? And there was a holiday code for 30% off that. So I fast as I could, put it into the cart, but the code for holiday for 30% off didn't work. It was $159. Also, PayPal had a special for like 10 days. Anything you bought with paying for, they would give you 20% back in points, and then the points were converted to cash back. So I used paying for that. And like a good anal person, that evening, I ordered the bag, and that evening I went back several times to see if the code would work, and it didn't work. But then later on in the evening, it worked. So I had to order the bag again because it was an additional 30% off, right? I know some of us did that. So it was $103.35, and I even had free shipping. So both the bags were ordered, and they shipped quickly from New England. I live in Pennsylvania. It didn't take long, and they both came by UPS. 2 boxes, identical in every way. Same shape, same size, everything. So I figured, well, you know how we do. We'll get 2 of them and we'll see whichever one is in the best condition and we'll return one. So the first box that I opened was beautiful, lush honey suede with, a little bit of a mix of the little gold and the, and the honey color. And it was thick, but it was a little saggy. And the leather trim was nice, but the back of the bag, the leather trim was scratched. And I didn't think it was a return because it was all wrapped, but So I'm like, well, let's see what the next box holds. So I open the next box, and it's a completely different type of suede. It's but it's firmer and thinner and firmer, and the leather trim is perfect. And the leather trim really stands out against the lighter suede. So it was very pretty. I thought the first bag was very luxe, but the second bag was pretty. So, I had them both sitting there trying to decide which one to keep, and I decided to keep the darker, lusher one. It was a Saturday, and I was going to go run some errands and keep an appointment, so I thought, well, I'll drop the bag off at UPS, and because it's going to take a week to get a refund, so get that out of the way. So I packed up the bag in the box and, printed out the label. Everything's good to go. I drop it off at UPS, take my appointments and run my errands, and I get home later, and I'm so excited to finally re-unwrap my bag because I had them both kept in plastic and everything. So I unwrapped the bag, and this is what I pulled out, the lighter one. Oh, I had accidentally returned the darker version. Oh boy, this is what happens when I rush. I'm older now, and I have to take things slower, okay? But this bag is very, very pretty. Look how lovely she is. She's just lovely. And the leather's in perfect condition. See how the leather stands out, the leather trim against the lighter suede. I've carried her a few times. She's just beautiful. So I was kind of, mad at myself for rushing and not being more careful, and it really was bugging me half the night. So then all of a sudden I thought, well, I can intercept the package because I sent it. I'm on the return address on the label. So I called UPS, and they said I could intercept it. And I spent quite a bit of time on the phone with the lady, and she was real helpful. She gave me a confirmation number, a long confirmation, and I kept track of everything because I'm a retired legal secretary. And I felt pretty good, but a little while later I called the satellite hub where I had dropped off the box because I thought, well, maybe it's still there because it's the weekend. And I left a voicemail. They were closed. I left a voicemail, and actually somebody called me back about an hour later, and she was helpful too, and she said she was going to send an email to the main hub because the box was up there, and she would ask them as backup to pull the box, intercept it. I'm like, oh, thank you. Here's the confirmation number. Everything's good. Okay, so they said they would call me on Monday about getting my package back. So all day Sunday, I'm feeling pretty good. I didn't want to use the other bag because, I was expecting to return it. So Monday comes along. I'm expecting them to call me, and about 3 o'clock, I still hadn't heard a word. So I called UPS. I said, here's my confirmation number. And I had been checking the app, and the bag hadn't moved. It was still at the main hub all day Monday. So I'm like, oh, good. That's a good sign. So I talked to them, and they said, this bag is not being intercepted, and it's on its way to New England. I'm like, what? But I have a confirmation number, and everybody told me they were going to pull it for me. So he's like, no. He goes, but I can intercept it for you for $27. And I'm like, oh, I don't think so. I'll just be happy, with the bag that I have, that prayer, accept the things you cannot change. Well, I'm going to accept the things I cannot change. It seems inevitable, and I'll just keep kicking myself for rushing. So, of course, I changed my mind again, and these are my adventures in suede, and I called back, and I said, okay, I'll pay $27 to intercept the bag. And this is a lady now, and she goes, okay, well, you have to call Dooney, and Dooney has to intercept the bag, and Dooney has to pay $27. I'm like, no, 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 I'll pay the $27, intercept the bag. She said, no, we can't intercept it from your account. We can only accept payment from a business account. We can't use your debit card or your credit card. So that was the end of that. And I was very disappointed in UPS, believe me. But I have carried my bag, and I'm very happy. It's just a very pretty, pretty bag, and I'm happy with the suede. But, Black Friday sales, we get a little crazy, and I still kept Googling Dooney Suede. And Belk had this beautiful suede drawstring bag pop up in honey, and it was gorgeous. I'm like, I've never seen that bag before, and I've never bought anything from Belk. I didn't know if it was like Marshall's, where they get, secondhand stuff, or, irregular. I didn't know. It was $350. I'm like, I'm going to keep my eye on that bag, and see if there's any Black Friday sales coming up for that. But they said they only had so many in stock or something. But I kept watching it every day for 3 or 4 days, and then it went down to $250. And I thought, well, the weekend's coming up, and the Black Friday sales really go up on the weekend, so I'm going to wait, and also I can use my PayPal Pay in 4 and get points back. So sure enough, on the weekend, it went on sale for $187 and some change. So I grabbed it, and here it is. The suede drawstring bag in honey suede. And it's all of that luxe that you expect from the honey suede. And some of the suede drawstring bags on the website, they just have the leather on the sides, but this one has the leather all the way around the bottom. And it has the leather reinforced feet. This is the same size as if you're familiar with I also did a review on the all-weather leather drawstring. It's the same size, and it has the same shoulder strap with the buckles on each side. And people say that this is one of the most comfortable straps. It is. You can also put a crossbody strap on here if you want. Some of the other features of the bag are it has the metal rivets where the leather drawstring goes through. And the inside is the red interior with the usual Dooney setup, the 2 slip pockets on one side, and a zipper and a big slip pocket on the other, and has a key keeper. So I was very happy with this bag and also the barrel bag. And I wanted to show you, I did a lot of research on Amazon trying to find a scarf that had that honey color in it. And this one, it feels like silk, but it was really inexpensive. If you're looking for a scarf with the honey colors, I'll link it in the description below. And I wanted to talk about, you can't see the charm, this charm that I got on Amazon. And you can pick your initial, and it's in pearls, and then there's 2 little cherries, and then a heart-shaped clasp, and then this little gold chain. This is actually 2 pieces, but it actually comes in 3 pieces. And this is the 3rd piece that it comes with. This is tortoise shell and gold. So these 3 pieces I got from Amazon for $4.49, and I will link that in the description below. So for most people, that'd probably be enough of obsession for Dooney Suede, but I had to Google it again. And I got this black suede camera bag. And this was also with the holiday code 30% off. PayPal paying for 20% points. But this is a beautiful, beautiful suede. And this bag is most people that know Dooney know the camera bag, the size, and what it holds. It holds a lot. You know, any size wallet, any size phone. It also has a crossbody strap, but I took it off to show it easier. The black suede is similar to the suede in the barrel bag. It's kind of thin, but it's firm. It's very nice. And the only thing I would say is the black shows every bit of lint, or if you have pets, it picks up dog hair, cat hair. But it comes off very easily with one of those tape lint brushes. I just roll it across and it comes right off. I sprayed the bottom of all my Dooney bags, the suede bags. Dooney says that their suede is protected. You don't have to do that, but I like to do that little extra. So there you have my adventures in Dooney Suede. I hope you enjoyed my story. And I do have a lot of videos on my channel, a lot of Coach from 22 and 23. Take a walk down memory lane with some great Coach bags. Also have a couple Dooneys on there, and that's about it. I hope you enjoyed my stories, and thank you for stopping by. See you later. Bye now.